Okay, the flowers from yesterday died, so I've replaced it with this, but is that too much? It's these sticks, isn't it? We've reverted back to this little guy. Hey guys, and welcome to this vlog where I talk a bit about my journey with anxiety and self-confidence, living a more intentional life, and how minimalism has basically helped to encompass all of those things. So when I first decided that I was going to start trying to make some more regular YouTube videos, the first video that I made with that in mind was about autumn and anxiety. And that was the time last year when I really started to realise just how much I loved being outside in nature, how much it cleared my mind, how my anxiety and stress levels would just drop, and how much better I always felt after I'd spent just a bit of time outside in nature. To give you a bit of a backstory, I guess I've been dealing with anxiety for pretty much all of my life. I was quite an anxious child, although I never really labelled myself as someone who suffered with anxiety because I don't think I realised it until only a few years ago. And the thing is that we all experience anxiety at some point in our lives. For me, it really came to a head probably about 3 years ago when I realised that if I didn't get some kind of professional help, that I would most likely fall down some kind of rabbit hole of panic attacks and burnout and all sorts of stress related things that can happen. So for about 1.5 years, I was receiving professional therapy, and that was incredible. I feel incredibly lucky to have had the therapist that I did. You know, there's always a possibility, I guess, sometimes that the person you get matched up with doesn't quite suit you, and I felt like my therapist just understood me so incredibly well. And I really owe a lot of my success through my anxiety. Wow. I did not expect to get emotional, actually, before I sat down to make this video. But what I was saying was that I really owe a lot of my success of battling through the obstacles that were creating my anxiety. I really owe that to my therapist. But then, you know, not to take the credit away from myself, I did put in a lot of hard work. And what I found is that therapy and minimalism kind of go hand in hand in a certain way, because my therapist would ask me a lot of questions about my thoughts and my feelings, and we would really drill down into things like the wording that I was using for certain things, how I was speaking to myself, my own inner voice, who, by the way, is a massive bitch. I mean, she is not very nice. We can be really hard on ourselves and we just don't realise it. We just accept the language that we use towards ourselves, and that's not being intentional. And there are so many other aspects in life, I think, as well, where we just kind of roll with it and we just kind of go with it, and we don't question why we're doing it. We don't question how we feel about it. And sometimes we can even go as far as to deal with our thoughts and feelings, a bit like how I treat my storage sometimes, I suppose. You kind of put everything in there, you shut the door, and everything on the surface looks great. But that doesn't mean that there still isn't this chaotic mess that's still going on behind closed doors. Therapy taught me to be analytical, intentional, and kind to myself. And minimalism has exactly the same running themes. And when I made the decision to stop my therapy sessions, that was a really hard decision. But where therapy left off is where minimalism picked up, and essentially how I feel now is that the tools that I learned from therapy I can now directly use with minimalism, because it's all just about honing in on joy and to filter out noise. Noise from society, noise from other people, noise from myself. There's so much noise and so much distraction in life, and it comes from all different directions. It's really easy to be distracted from the paths that you need to take in order to achieve your goals. This YouTube channel, for one, is something that I've been thinking about for quite a while and really wanted to set up. And from basically just wading through all the noise and distractions and just being committed to doing this, it's now exceeded all my expectations, and I'm absolutely loving it. I'm loving being part of this community. I'm loving contributing to it. And most importantly, I'm loving all your comments and your feedback. Minimalism has given me an ability, I suppose, to focus and be vocal about what I want to achieve. And this was one of them, and here it is. So the final thing that I just want to say is that if you're just about to embark on a minimalism journey, if you're in the middle of yours, if you've been a minimalist forever and ever, please do tell me in the comments below, share your story with me. How has minimalism helped you to overcome obstacles? So that's it. I've waffled on for long enough. Thank you so much for watching. All that's left to say is give us a thumbs up if you like this video, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and I will see you tomorrow in a new vlog. Okay, bye.